What up, guys? GangstaPranksta here, bringing you another weekly wrestling review for September 24th. What up, guys? I'm back. Welcome to the show. If you're new, this is where we talk about everything wrestling, predictions, reviews, wrestling news. We just talk about it all. So welcome if you're a wrestling fan. Today's show will consist of the Night of Champions review, a Raw review, Smackdown review, Impact review, and some wrestling news. One thing, Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, I did not get to watch it this weekend, so the review will have to be postponed until next week. And speaking of Ring of Honor, this weekend, they're starting their weekly show. Every week they're going to have a show now. We will be adding that to the weekly wrestling review list. So on top of Raw, SmackDown, and Impact, we will also have the the Ring of Honor show every, I think, Saturday. If you guys are interested in watching it, I think you can watch it on the website. I'll link it in the description, so you guys can go check it out, or you can probably find it on YouTube, whatever. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know. So first off, we have the Night of Champions review. Night of Champions was a pretty good show. An average WWE show. There's some things I liked, I didn't like, and let's talk about it right now. First, we have Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne versus Miz and R-Truth tag team title match. This was a good match. Bourne and Kofi retain after Miz attacks the ref, because the ref made a slow count or something, and then Miz hit the ref, and they're like, "Yo, conspiracies, blah blah blah." And I thought this was a really good tag team match, and we'll talk more about the Miz and Truth later on. Next was Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental title match. This was a good match. Cody retains. The end kind of came out of nowhere with the schoolboy, but I thought it was good. It leaves for a rematch. Which is good, because these guys had a good match. Next we had Christian. He comes out and demands a world title match. Sheamus comes out and mocks Christian, and says if he helps him, he wants the first title shot. Sheamus bicycle kicks Christian. This was blah. I don't think this really belonged on a pay-per-view. I would have rather had this on SmackDown. To be honest, I would have rather had a longer match. The next match, I would have had rather longer. I would have had the next match had the time that this segment did, which is the next match is Alex Riley versus Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison versus Jack Swagger. 4-way for the U.S. title match. This was a good match. I would have liked to seen it gone longer, just because it was so good. But it was a good match. Dolph Ziggler retains. Next, we have Randy Orton versus Mark Henry, world title match. Good match. Mark Henry wins and is the new world champion. So congratulations to him on his first world title reign. Although it's not his first world title reign, because he did win the ECW championship. But WWE doesn't really consider that a world heavyweight title. Or if you're not really a world champion if you were holding that belt. So, yeah, I don't know. You can argue both sides that he was a world champ, he wasn't, but whatever. He's the new world champ right now. Next, we have Kelly versus Beth Phoenix, Divas title match. Pretty good match. Kelly retains. It sucks. I would have liked to see Beth Phoenix win, but WWE doesn't. WWE has like a stigma against wrestlers winning in their hometown, and they don't like it. I don't know why, but they really. I think it's from the Bret Hart thing from the Survivor Series, the Montreal Screwjob. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go look into it. Bret Hart didn't want to drop the title in Canada because he thought it would make him look bad. So I think that's why WWE doesn't want to have people win in their hometown. Unless your name's John Cena. Speaking of John Cena, next, John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio, WWE title match. Good match. John Cena wins and is the new WWE champ. I would have liked to seen Del Rio retain, and maybe John Cena can win it at Hell in a Cell, which is, we'll talk about that, but we'll talk about that later. Next we have Triple H versus CM Punk. No DQ match. This was a really good match. It was a really good match. I didn't like the ending just because there was so much shenanigans, which I will go through. It's really long, so try and keep up. So near the end, Miz and R-Truth interfere. They attack Cena and Punk, which I thought was stupid because they want Triple H fired, so why would you attack Punk? But whatever. They put Punk on Triple H for a pin. Triple H kicks out. They get pissed at the ref. Miz tries to attack the ref, but the ref blocks his punch and then punches the Miz right there. That was, whoa, that was fucking stupid. But it kind of goes with the whole conspiracy thing, whatever. But I thought that was really bad that a ref knocked out one of your top wrestlers. Not a top wrestler, but Miz is on the higher up of superstardom in wrestling. So the ref decks Miz, and then the ref gets jumped by Truth and Miz, and then Punk and Triple H get up. They take out Miz and R-Truth. John Laurinaitis comes out. Triple H pedigrees Punk. Another referee comes out. Laurinaitis tells the ref that just came out to check on the injured ref. So he kind of screws Triple H from beating Punk there. And then Punk hits the go to sleep on Triple H. Laurinaitis tells the referee to go make the pin. Truth breaks up the pin. Punk takes out R-Truth again. Laurinaitis gets on his phone and texts somebody. 10 seconds later, Kevin Nash comes out and attacks Punk and Triple H. Triple H takes out Nash with a sledgehammer and then hits Punk with a pedigree for the win. I know, a lot of shit. If you don't understand, go YouTube it, whatever. Very cluttered ending, but you kind of expected it. You expected a Kevin Nash run-in. You expected John Laurinaitis to come out. But the Miz and R-Truth, that was kind of out of left field. I understand why they came out, but I don't know why they attacked Punk. That was just the thing I really didn't get. But yeah, a lot of shenanigans. This is reminded me like a TNA main event. I mean, I don't remember a main event from TNA on a pay-per-view or Impact where just non-stop interference. Like, let's say Kurt Angle is wrestling Bobby Roode at Bound for Glory. Expect all of Immortal to fucking come out and try and cost Bobby Roode the match. And you're going to have Fortune come out, and that's just going to be, whoa, fucking mess. This was a pretty good pay-per-view. I didn't like the ending for the main event. But there were some good matches. The tag team title match, the US match, the IC title match. So there was some good stuff. A lot of good wrestling. Just some stupid ending stuff. Next we got Raw. CM Punk comes out and says Miz and R-Truth were right. There is a conspiracy going around. Triple H comes out and says Punk will get his WWE title rematch at Hell in a Cell. Which is in 2 weeks, by the way. 2 weeks. So you just had Night of Champions, and then 2 weeks later you're going to have Hell in a Cell. Really bad planning, pay-per-view wise, by WWE. And this was really dumb. So Punk's going to get a WWE title match after losing to Triple H? I would have rather had Triple Threat and Night of Champions, and then have Punk and Triple H at Hell in a Cell. I think that would have been a lot better, but whatever. Punk says there's someone using both him and Triple H. John Laurinaitis comes out and Punk says Punk is mad that he lost to Triple H. Punk says Laurinaitis wants Triple H's spot. Laurinaitis fires Punk, but Triple H says Punk is not fired, but someone will be fired tonight. First match, we got Wade Barrett, Christian, David Otunga, and Michael McGillicuddy versus Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, and Justin Gabriel. Pretty good match. Sheamus, Gabriel, Kofi, and Evan Bourne win. Next is John Morrison versus Alberto Del Rio. Man, I don't know what's up with John Morrison, but he got beat in less than a minute. Like, holy shit. Who did he piss off? God damn. Alberto Del Rio wins. Next we have Hugh Jackman. He was the guest host. He comes out to promote his movie, blah, blah, blah. Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler come out, and Dolph Ziggler badmouths Hugh Jackman. Jackman says he's going to get an underdog to beat Dolph tonight. He chooses Zack Ryder. Next we got Cody Rhodes versus Sin Cara. This was the dumbest thing on Raw. So we got Cody Rhodes versus Sin Cara. It never got started. As soon as Cody comes out, the other Sin Cara comes out, and both Sin Cara just have a stare down, and then they do like some flips. This was really dumb. It was it was so pointless for Cody Rhodes to come out. It was just so fucking dumb. It was really dumb. Next we got JR. He's in the ring to interview Mark Henry. Mark Henry comes out and says JR never liked him, and now it's time for payback. Before Henry attacks JR, Jerry Lawler makes the save. Mark Henry attacks Lawler, then hits his finisher through the announce table. Jerry Lawler was legitimately hurt. He actually really did hurt his back when he was put through the table. So he's going to miss Raw. The Raw coming up. Next we got Eve and Kelly versus Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Okay match. Kelly and Eve win. Next is Zack Ryder with Hugh Jackman versus Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero. Pretty good match. Dolph wins after Vicky slaps him. Ref throws her out. This distracts the ref, allowing Hugh Jackman to punch Dolph in the mouth, and Ryder hits his finish. This got a lot of publicity on some major news websites like TMZ and stuff. They covered this. So WWE's happy about that. Also, Dolph Ziggler said he suffered a hairline mandibular fracture from his punch, the punch Hugh Jackman gave him. And then TMZ, one of the websites that covered this, they said Dolph was lying. So a lot of, not really controversy, but if it wasn't hurt, I don't even want to talk about it. Fuck it. Next we got, throughout the night, Triple H was looking for Miz and R-Truth. They end up apologizing for Night of Champions. Triple H says it's okay, but they gotta wrestle tonight. So it's John Cena and CM Punk versus Miz and R-Truth. Good match. Cena and Punk win. After the match, Triple H comes out and fires Miz and R-Truth. Triple H starts walking backstage and is attacked by Miz and R-Truth. And the roster breaks up the brawl and throws them out of the arena. So I like the ending. You know, what's going to happen with Miz and R-Truth? These are the second and third people that Triple H has fired. First being Kevin Nash. Next is Miz and R-Truth. What's going on? This is the storyline. We'll see where it goes. Next we got TNA Impact. TNA Impact was it was okay from what I remember, but there was a lot of stupid stuff, but we'll get to that. So first you come out with Sting. He comes out, calls out Hulk Hogan. Hogan comes out, they go back and forth, blah blah blah. Bischoff comes out and Sting punches him in the face. This was boring. I hate it when TNA starts with Hogan, Bischoff, or Sting. It just automatically ruins the show for me. Later that night, Hogan said he's going to make an announcement that's going to change everything. I've never heard this before. Is this the first time TNA has done this? No, they do it 5 times a year. And it's always something stupid. So, whatever. My God. Whatever. Next, we got Mickie James versus Brooke Tessmacher. Pretty good match. Mickie wins. Next is Jesse Sorensen versus Austin Aries. X Division title match. Pretty good match. Austin Aries wins. There was a backstage segment with Mexican America. Anarchia wants to get a tattoo. So they go to a tattoo parlor. Inc attacks them in a tattoo shop. It ends with Inc gonna tattoo something on Anarchia's back or something. I don't know. This was really dumb. This was just really dumb. Next we got Kurt Angle comes out and tells Robert, he calls out Robert Roode. Robert Roode comes out. They go back and forth. James Storm comes out and makes it seem like he joined Immortal, but challenges Angle to a match for later tonight. Next, we got Bully Ray and Jerry Lynn versus Mr. Anderson. RVD was originally Anderson's partner, but was laid out backstage. This was a pretty good match. Bully Ray and Jerry Lynn win. Next is Christopher Daniels comes out and says he will not wrestle Roode tonight and brags about beating AJ Styles a couple weeks ago. He says he has nothing to prove. AJ Styles comes out and says Daniel needs to stop bragging. Daniels tells Styles to stop being a bitch. AJ attacks Daniels. They brawl all over the ring. Kazarian finally breaks it up and he tries to calm down both of them, but Daniels low blows Styles. Next we got James Storm versus Kurt Angle. Good match. I have no idea who won. Storm knocks out the ref by accident, then super kicks Angle. Another ref comes out, but Gunner takes out that ref. Gunner attacks Storm. Robert Roode makes the save, and then Roode and Angle have a stare down. That's how it ended. Nobody got pinned. Nobody lost. The referee didn't say anything. The match just ended. I don't really know what to say. Next we got SmackDown. SmackDown's pretty good this week. Started out with John Laurinaitis. He's in the ring. He has a SmackDown roster around the ring. Laurinaitis talks about Miz and R-Truth getting fired. He calls out Mark Henry. Mark Henry comes out and talks about losing. He's never going to lose the title ever again. Triple H comes out, and then before he can talk, Christian interrupts him, and he starts kissing Triple H's ass. He says he wants one more match for the world title. Triple H says okay, but if he can win against, but if he's gonna have a match tonight against Mark Henry in a lumberjack match for the world title. Winner faces Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell. Next we got Sheamus versus Heath Slater. Pretty good match. Sheamus wins. Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel. Pretty good match. Barrett wins. I wish this went longer. They rushed a lot of the stuff they had planned for the match. And I would have just liked to seen this gone like 2 or 3 more minutes. Next we got Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus AJ Lee and Caitlyn. Okay match. Beth and Natalya win. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Pretty good match. Cody wins by DQ. So Cody hit Orton with the mask. The ref didn't see. And then Orton kicks out. Orton grabs the mask off Cody's face and fucking nails Cody in the head with it. It looked pretty vicious. I know it's plastic, but shit, that still hurts. And then he punched him in the face with it, and then he threw him out of the ring. He hit him with the ring bell, and Cody got hit like fucking... I don't know where he got hit, but he fucking poured a lot of blood. WWE had to edit this because there was so much blood, and they can't show blood with the PG rating. But you could see buckets of blood all over the floor. You can see Orton's hand. He was covered in blood. There's a lot of blood. And I saw some pictures that somebody took, and goddamn, Cody was a mess. Next we got Great Khali versus Jinder Mahal. This thing was just Khali destroying Mahal. Sin Cara versus Daniel Bryan. Okay match. Fake Sin Cara wins. So it was real Sin Cara versus Daniel Bryan. And the ref was distracted with Daniel Bryan. And then the real Sin Cara was on the top rope. And fake Sin Cara comes out, pushes him off the top rope, and pins Daniel Bryan for the win. Next we got Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston versus the Usos. This was pretty good. A Bourne and Kofi win. Last but not least, we got Christian and Mark Henry world title lumberjack match. Pretty good match. Mark Henry wins. So he had some pretty good stuff. Now we got some news. Let's just go through it real quick. I don't know if I reported this last week, but Sting and Flair, when they had their match, I think it was last week, when there was a spot in the match where Sting hit a superplex on Flair. Flair actually got injured from that, and originally it was thought to be something. He hurt something in his elbow, but he's been diagnosed with a torn tricep and will undergo surgery next week. Following the surgery, Ric Flair will be out of action for 4 to 6 months and will have to undergo physical therapy to fully rehabilitate the injury. An injury like that, it's such, like, he's a pretty old guy, so, like, an injury like that can really mess him up. And when you're older, your body doesn't really heal as fast as it would when you're younger. So, best of luck to Ric Flair. I don't know if many of you care, but I thought this was interesting. The Muppets will be hosting Raw on October 31st, on Halloween. I think this could be a fun Raw. This could be entertaining. I like the Muppets. I grew up with them as a child. So it'll be interesting to see them, what WWE can do with them. I just thought that was cool. Next, fans have chosen the People's Edition for WWE 12 over the Champs Edition. The People's Edition is a special edition that was based around The Rock, and the Champs Edition was based around John Cena. The fans got to vote on which one they wanted. They picked The Rock, and it will be released as a collector's edition for the new WWE 12 video game. THQ has confirmed details, but the special edition will reportedly be available in North America only, and will feature a foil sleeve that cover that has The Rock on it. Extras reportedly include The Rock as a playable character, a DVD/Blu-ray featuring some of The Rock's Raw appearances from earlier this year, an exclusive foil topped trading card of The Rock, and an art image of The Rock. So that's a lot of stuff. I don't know how much it's going to run you, but if you're interested in special editions of wrestling game, this should interest you. Next, we got Hulk Hogan is involved in a bit of controversy. He hosts, I don't know if he hosts, but he has a show, Half Pint Brawlers, or no, he has a show, Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, which is basically little people, midgets, that wrestle, and there's another midget wrestling company that says Hulk Hogan is stealing their midget wrestling storylines on his show. It's pretty ridiculous, but I'll link the article in the description. It's a funny read, but I can't help but laugh when I talk about this. It's fucking stupid. But you guys should read it. Link for that article in the description. A little voice crack there. Next, we got WWE sent out an email survey to select fans to gauge interest in a potential cooking show starring Big Show's wife. And below is the description. It reads, "How do you handle a hungry man? Just ask Bess White. Her husband is Paul the Big Show White, WWE superstar," and blah blah blah. So, not moral of the story, but how would you guys feel about a cooking show with Big Show's wife? And I think he would appear on the show. But this would be on the WWE network, you know, when they release that, whenever. I think this could be fun. To be honest, I think it could be interesting. I don't think it's going to be straight cooking. I think it's going to be like a Martha Stewart, where it's going to be like arts and crafts and cooking, and make like Rey Mysterio masks or whatever. Rey Mysterio cookie masks. I don't know. But, I don't know. It sounds dumb, but I'm actually kind of interested in it, to be quite honest. So leave in the comments. Are you interested in a WWE cooking show with Big Show's wife and possibly him? And apparently there's supposed to be other special guests, other wrestlers are going to be on the show. I think it could be something fun. And we'll have to wait and see if that comes through. Last but not least, Matt Hardy, back in the news again. So a couple weeks ago he was arrested, and then he was released from TNA. And then last week he was arrested again. Well, he was arrested again. Yes, he was arrested again, and believe it or not, he has major issues with drugs, and he actually admitted it. I'm going to link a video in the description where it's a very heartfelt video where he talks about, yes, he's been having drug problems, and he's going to go to rehab, which WWE, God bless you, is going to pay for his rehab 3 months. And let me just read what I have here. Matt Hardy, who's had major issues this past month, has finally come out and admitted to taking some sort of drug and plans to clean up his life by going to rehab provided by WWE for 3 months. And when he's done, he plans on opening a wrestling school. What else? In an interesting note, Rebby Sky, a girlfriend of Matt Hardy, was recently arrested and charged with reckless driving, reckless endangering, and speeding charges. She says she got a speeding ticket because she was rushing to Matt Hardy, who was in the hospital from last week. He was arrested. She also says cops threatened her with jail if she did not tell them about the secret drug stash. So cops arrested him. They arrested him. They threatened this girl to tell him about the secret stash. Police came. And Matt's girlfriend led him to a secret safe containing several prescription painkillers. The cops, they found 20 vials of anabolic steroids and some ecstasy. And Matt turned himself in, and then he's saying, he's going to clean up his life. He's finally being a man, taking control of the situation, and admitting he has a problem. That's the first step to this whole thing, admitting you have a problem. And he's done that, and you gotta fucking applaud that. That's a real man right there, taking responsibility. So congratulations, Matt. Best of luck to you. Hope you can clean up your act. Good luck on the wrestling school. That should be interesting. Cause he's been in wrestling for like a long time, over 20 years. No, I know he's been with the WWE for like. Over 15 years, man. He's been there a while. But yeah, so good luck with Matt Hardy. I'm gonna link the video. It's a very emotional video, very heartfelt, you can tell. And good luck, best of luck to him. So that's it for the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's talk about next week's show. We're going to have a review for Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, Raw, Smackdown, Impact, Ring of Honor, the show, the weekly show. We're going to add it to our little, our show, add a new wrestling show, because this is the weekly wrestling review. It's not the TNA and WWE show. We talk about all wrestling, even if it's like Mexico, Japan, we'll talk about it all. Maybe not Mexico and Japan. So next week, and my predictions for Hell in a Cell already. Oh, and next week I'm gonna do my Bound for Glory. I wrote up a Bound for Glory, how I would book Bound for Glory. I think it's pretty good. Everything makes sense. Everything seems good. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll reveal that next week. I'm gonna go through it with you guys and just explain all the matches and stuff. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the show. See you guys next week. Got a jam-packed show next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.